We usually think of teachers as people who have the best interests of their students in mind. Sure, there are teachers who pick on certain kids or give ridiculous amounts of homework, but we really don't associate them with criminal behavior. Nevertheless, some teachers become overly attached to their pupils and form inappropriate relationships with them. When the teachers get caught, they take the student and run. Together, they travel to different cities, states, and even countries. Fortunately, they are usually caught quickly. Lisa Lavoie. 24-year-old Lisa Lavoie befriended a 15-year-old student and gave him her cell phone number. They began texting, and the relationship soon became sexual. She warned the teen that she would lose her job if people found out about their relationship. However, they decided to continue seeing each other. When the boy's parents learned that their son was involved with Lavoie, they contacted the school. Lavoie was terrified when school officials confronted her, and the teen feared that Lavoie might harm herself. The pair decided to flee Massachusetts. The boy's mother discovered that he was missing from their home, and she called the police. She told them that he was possibly with his teacher. Lavoie's parents gave police their daughter's bank card information, and officers traced the cards used. Police followed Lavoie and her student through several states. A week later, the bank told police that Lavoie had checked into a motel in West Virginia. Police obtained a passkey for her room, and Lavoie surrendered quietly. She was arrested, and the student was taken into custody and returned to his family. Lavoie was sentenced to 5 years probation and ordered to have no contact with the boy. 3 years later, her probation officer conducted a routine but unannounced home visit. He discovered the teen in her closet. Lavoie was sentenced to 18 months in prison. Tad Cummins. 50-year-old Tad Cummins developed a close relationship with his 15-year-old student Elizabeth Thomas. The teen had been abused by her mother, and she relied on Cummins like a friend and a counselor. She was given a special seat next to him at school, and he would give her money and gifts. Cummins frequently visited a fast food restaurant where Thomas worked, although she would sometimes hide from him and ask co-workers to say she was not there. Cummins desired a closer relationship with Thomas. He pressured her to go out with him by threatening her with repercussions at school. Their friendship turned physical, and a student reported seeing them kiss. The school investigated the incident for 2 weeks. They removed Thomas from Cummins's class, and he was forbidden to interact with her. Cummins met with the teen anyway. School officials found out, and he was suspended. Cummins made plans with Thomas to escape. He picked her up at a restaurant and drove west. They traveled 4,000 kilometers, 2,500 miles, to the Black Bear Ranch in Northern California, a commune for people who want to go back to the land. Cummins decided to escape across the U.S. border into Mexico. He bought a $1,500 two-seater kayak and attempted to paddle into Mexico from San Diego. Their first test run was unsuccessful. While they were at the cabin, they befriended Griffin Barry. 2. He recognized Cummins as a fugitive and called the police. Officers surrounded the cabin, and Cummins was arrested without a fight. Police searched the cabin and found 2 loaded handguns. Officers located Thomas. She was unharmed by the 38 days she had spent on the run. Thomas received therapy for several months and was placed in her family's care. Cummins was charged with aggravated kidnapping. While in jail, he confessed to his wife that he had had a sexual relationship with the girl, and he begged his wife to forgive him. She divorced him. Laureth May. 29-year-old Laureth May grew close to her 17-year-old student Destiny. They bonded over art, and May encouraged Destiny's artistic talent. By the end of the semester, their relationship had turned sexual. School officials soon found out and fired May. A few weeks later, May got into a fight with her fiancé. Early the next morning, she woke up their 3 young sons, loaded them into her station wagon, and drove off. May stopped to pick up Destiny. Then they left Illinois and traveled to Florida. They spent a month on the run before police randomly ran May's license plate. Officers found that the car belonged to a missing person, and they pulled May over. She was taken into custody. The children were all in good health. Destiny was returned to her family, and May's sons were given to their father. May was charged with kidnapping and criminal sexual assault. Glenn Harris. 33-year-old Glenn Harris was a teacher at a school for at-risk teens. There, he met 15-year-old Christina, and they became fast friends. She would go to his classroom early in the morning, and they would spend lunchtime together. Their relationship turned physical, and her classmates often saw them hugging and kissing. Teachers spent months complaining that they seemed to be romantically involved. Faculty warned them both to stop this behavior. When Harris learned that he was the subject of an investigation, he claimed that Christina's father was abusing her. However, her father did not live with her and did not have visitation rights. Harris later expanded the child abuse claim to include Christina's mother. Christina mailed a love note to her teacher. However, it was returned for insufficient postage and her mother opened the letter. It revealed that there was a sexual relationship between her daughter and the teacher. Christina's mother confronted her daughter. Christina ran away and met up with Harris. They boarded a train, traveled across the country, and spent the next 2 months traveling from one motel to the next. At the same time, they searched for false identification for Christina so that they could be married. While watching TV, they learned that they were the subject of a nationwide manhunt. Harris turned himself into the police. He claimed that he had kidnapped the girl to protect her from her abusive parents. Harris was sentenced to 3 years probation. Kelsey Peterson. 25-year-old Kelsey Peterson was considered the cool teacher who frequently befriended her middle school students. She developed a close relationship with her 12-year-old student Fernando Rodriguez. The pair exchanged affectionate emails, and he would often spend late nights at her home. Their friendship morphed into a physical relationship, and he started staying overnight at her home. School officials heard rumors of Peterson's actions. They asked her to hand over her school-issued laptop, and they discovered love letters between Peterson and Rodriguez. Peterson knew that the police would soon come after her, and she began planning a romantic life with Rodriguez in his native Mexico. She drove 2,250 kilometers, 1,400 miles, to Mexico while Rodriguez watched Disney movies in the car. The pair spent a week on the run and quickly ran out of money. Rodriguez called his family and asked them to send money. The FBI traced his call, and Mexican authorities apprehended the duo. Peterson pleaded guilty and was sentenced to not more than 7 years and 3 months in prison. Rodriguez, an illegal immigrant, was not allowed to immediately return to the United States. He stayed with Mexican relatives for 3 months until he was given a special visa for crime victims. Rodriguez later admitted that he thought his relationship with his teacher was weird. While he and Peterson were spending time together, he tried to socialize with girls his own age. Peterson became upset when Rodriguez said that he felt more comfortable with a girl his own age. Thank you very much for checking out my latest video. Stay tuned for the next video, 5 more teachers who ran away with their students. Hopefully, I will have been able to use my own voice. Until then, stay safe out there in this crazy thing we call life.